Welcome in, everybody. It is Main Street today, and we have got quite a show planned for you today. We're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to be talking about health. We're going to have a lot of music because that's what we do. This is Music City, and we've got across all genres, and we're going to share some really interesting topics. But before we do, I want to introduce you to Hope Alteri.
Hope Alteri with Main Street Media here for the 411 in the 615. Now you're probably asking yourself, what in the world does that mean? Well, it means that I'm going to be your Nashville tour guide. So if you're anything like me, you start looking at your week or your weekend and thinking, what is there to do? And what are the most happening things going on in Nashville? And with Nashville having so many events each week, it can sometimes get overwhelming. Well, I've taken all of the guesswork out of that for you. And each week I want you to join me for the 411 in the 615 for all the latest happenings. It can be anything from music, restaurants, shopping, events, family fun, and a whole lot more. Because if it's going on in Nashville, I know about it. I want you to know about it too. And speaking of knowing about it, if you're doing something really cool in the 615, we want to know your 411. So get in touch with me. You'll see on the Instagram page, if you follow it, there's my email on there with work, or log on to the Facebook page. You can message me at any time. And let us help get the word out about what you guys are doing here in the 615. Because in addition to Main Street Media, our print, we also offer a whole host of social media and different new media outlets in which to get the word out about you. We've got fabulous Facebook Lives. We've got podcasts hosted by Devin O'Day. They're absolutely incredible. So go on there and send us your information. And come on, Nashville, journey with me all throughout as we find out what's wonderful in the 615.
And if you have a place or an event that you'd like her to cover, just let us know here at Main Street today. Well, also, there's a very, very cool event coming up at a place called the Mott Haven Arts and Cultural Center. It's in Hendersonville, Tennessee. It's fabulous. It's for Valentine's Day. And it's a chance to write love letters to your Valentine. It's Saturday, February 13th and Sunday, February 14th from 6 to 9 in the evening. And Mott Haven Arts and Cultural Center.org. You can find them in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And they've got some fabulous things planned for Valentine's Day, as do we. February is the month many brides are attending bridal shows to find everything from dresses to dining options to venues to flowers. It's the month love is celebrated by couples, from Valentine's Day presents to celebrating anniversaries. Since many bridal shows are unable to go full throttle just yet, and many Valentine's Day evenings are different than in the past, Main Street Media is finding new ways to celebrate love in the month O Love. We'll have affordable ways for everyone to participate, like uploading a personal declaration of love for a special someone, wedding show stories about venues, products, and anything for wedding plans coming up later this year. The love stories of couples, interviews, ideas for celebrating and Valentine gift giving, and even a best love song contest for Middle Tennessee's best songwriters, romantic getaways, performance opportunities, and a great audience. Our daily love story programs will be broadcast via Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our podcast network, with over 100,000 loyal viewers already in our family. Main Street Media wants to invite you to be a part of our month O Love. Just reply to the sales representative that sent you this link, or contact our new media sales manager, Chris Kulik, at ckulik@mainstreetmediatn.com. There are all sorts of ways to sponsor, be a part of, and get your message of love out during the month O Love at Main Street Media. On all of our Main Street Today portals, we're having people check in, and they're going to be talking with us about their love stories, how they met. Also, since all of the wedding and bridal fairs have been canceled pretty much because of COVID still, if you'd like to talk to us about bridal event venues and floral shops and anything that has to do with weddings, we're going to be featuring some of those on our show and throughout the entire month of February, because it is the month O Love. And if you'd like to be a part of it, you can contact me or anybody that represents Main Street Publications. Now, our first guest today is a wonderful artist, but she's not just a singer and a songwriter. she has a mission and she has a goal. And Paola Proctor is right here, and we're going to invite her to be part of our show today. Hi, Paola.
Hi, Devin. How's it going?
You know, it's going fabulous, and we just kind of take our little technical glitches in stride, and we just go, look, this is what it is, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But one thing that does work is the fact that you've got a brand new video, and this video is not just a video to say, hey, listen to my song. Tell us a little bit about your mission.
So I want to normalize breakdowns and hope of destigmatizing mental health. I want people to see that you have to feel in order to heal. And this is coming from someone who has now been in therapy for a decade. So I can't say I'm anything close to a novice when it comes to mental health. I've been getting help for a while now, and I just see a lot of people around me suffering unnecessarily. And especially after 2020, I really hope people understand the importance of it. And just, there's so many tools available nowadays, especially with everything being virtual. Things are a lot more affordable. And I just want to kind of show the importance of prioritizing your mental health, because I feel like the world would be a very different place if we all started focusing on ourselves instead of, projecting on other people and worrying about them before we worry about ourselves.
Thank you, first of all, for being so forthright in coming out saying mental health is something to take care of, because so many people are afraid of the stigma. If I go to one of those places, I'm admitting that I'm crazy. That's the stigma.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is, if we have mental issues, 9 times out of 10, everybody knows it. Everybody around us knows it. I as well. We when we need therapy, we need therapy. When we need coaching, we need coaching. And when we need medical intervention in those particular avenues, that's important to recognize too. There's a wonderful organization here in Nashville called Alleviant Health. They're in Brentwood, Tennessee, and they do fabulous work. They're in several other cities in America too, but they deal and they integrate a medical view and a traditional view, along with coaching and non-traditional and nutritional ways. And they really work really well with folks. Tell us a little bit about your story before we go into the video.
Well, I started therapy when I was 17. It was a result of my father being an incredible dad and human. It's honestly one of the best things he's ever done for me as a parent. He recognized that I was not doing well, and everyone around me could recognize I wasn't doing well except me. And it got to the point where I was so stressed out that I was developing migraines in my senior year of high school, because I started living alone at 16, had a ridiculously, a rigorous academic schedule. And I didn't know how to handle and mitigate my stress at the time. I was overwhelmed. I was still a kid thrown into a very mature situation, and
Wow.
I didn't have the tools available. So my dad forced me to go to therapy. He said, I don't care if you stop going. I just want you to go to one session. That's all I'm asking for. And I felt a pressure lift off my shoulders after that first therapy session alone, that I called my dad. I'm like, you were right. This was what I needed. He's like, sometimes your father knows what he's talking about. So I have been in ever since.
Thank you for sharing that. And so I want to see if this video works, because every all the other videos have worked up to now. This is day 5 on the show, so we're going to take a look. Tell us a little bit about this song.
So I had written this song a little bit ago, because I experienced my first real gut-wrenching heartbreak, like that soul-crushing heartbreak. Like I thought I had cared about people, like the guys I had been involved with in the past, but I had never experienced anything like this. And I am not foreign to pain. I've been through a lot, but what an experience. Like, at least I realize it sounds cliche, but it's really cool to know that I can actually love unconditionally. And I still love him, but it's just not right for us to be in each other's lives. And I wrote the song about that, and I wanted to kind of embody that feeling in a really crummy circumstance in the song. When I released the song, I just was picturing what I would do visually to kind of express the sentiment of that song. And I just kept feeling this really simple but hopefully powerful message that I could have for people, and just like really letting it all out, because a lot of people like to sweep it under the rug and, you know, pretend it doesn't bother them. And I'm sitting here like, well, what do I get out of that? I don't heal from that. And it was a really cathartic experience filming the music video. My friend Caleb Sprinkle was phenomenal about it. He held space for me. He let me, you know, open up the waterworks, you know, just get really angry and use him as a prop, if you will. And I think we got something, I'm hoping, pretty powerful that will encourage people to be not only facing what they're going through, but then hopefully encouraging them to be like, hey, it's okay to have breakdowns, and go get help as a result.
And this video just came out this week.
This past Wednesday.
Had a conversation with the other girl you're playing. You got some explaining to do. Stuck in my own mind, running through that timeline. Wonder if you ever told the truth. Why I gotta feel it so hard, picking up the pieces off the floor. You said I had the key to your heart, but she had the key to your door. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? You're the only one to blame for all the things I'm feeling inside. My love will never quit, and I'm hating to admit that I'm always gonna miss what we couldn't fix. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? How can I? 2 weeks you couldn't help it. Why you're so damn selfish, acting like a reckless fool. She's the opposite of me. Maybe that's what you need. So why am I still hung up on you? How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? You're the only one to blame for all the things I'm feeling inside. My love will never quit, and I'm hating to admit that I'm always gonna miss what we couldn't fix. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? How can I? 2 weeks you couldn't help it. Why you're so damn selfish, acting like a reckless fool. She's the opposite of me. Maybe that's what you need. So why am I still hung up on you? How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? You're the only one to blame for all the things I'm feeling inside. My love will never quit, and I'm hating to admit that I'm always gonna miss what we couldn't fix. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? How can I? How can I? Why I gotta feel this so hard, picking up the pieces off the floor. You said I had the key to your heart, but she had the key to your door. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? You're the only one to blame for all the things I'm feeling inside. My love will never quit, and I'm hating to admit that I'm always gonna miss what we couldn't fix. How can I love, hate, be missing you at the same time? How
Oh, that's awesome. Where can people find your music, Paola?
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, social media, Instagram, Facebook. I have a website, paolaproctor.com. I released merchandise earlier in 2020. So in case you're interested in that, that's available as well.
Tell me a little bit about now the name Paola is very beautiful and it's very different. What is the origin? Where are you from?
So my mom's from Mexico City to be exact, and my dad's from Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
First of all, Mexico City is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. The Ballet Folklorio was one of my all-time favorite little girl experiences. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And so if people want to follow along with you and follow what you've been doing, I hope that they'll follow you on the socials. We'll have all the links to that in our podcast and the replay of this show. Thank you so much for your time today.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. You take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I love that we get to talk about some things that are dear and near to people's hearts. And sometimes we talk about things that people keep to themselves. And mental health is very important. And I encourage you that if you are part of our show today and this evening, that you will, if you've got that little urge in your heart, do something. And maybe it's the urge in your heart for someone that you love. And getting someone help is just about as important as getting help for yourself. So know how to help someone. And there's a difference between helping someone and enabling someone. Ignoring it, sweeping it under the rug is another form of enabling. And so we want to make sure that we reach out to those people that we love and share with them and offer them some kind of good help. Well, speaking of good help today, we have birthdays. In history, today is the birthday for Joan of Arc. Did you know that? And it's also the birthday, 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta. And just in case you think that today is the date that people who do major things in history and fight historic battles, there's also Charo is having a birthday, the Gucci girl. And so it's just birthdays. If you do have a birthday, I'd love for you to message me here, Main Street Today Radio at gmail.com. I love getting notes and comments from you guys, or obviously you can message me here on any of the portals where you find the show. Last night, the Predators won on their season opener. They won last night 3-1. They'll play again on Saturday night. And our month of love is coming up, and every day in February, we're going to be talking about romance. And I did find out from somebody very near and dear, we are going to be sharing that they're going to be giving away a wedding package. It is a beautiful wedding venue, and I'm keeping it hush-hush now, but I want you to stay tuned about winning a free wedding. Winning a free wedding. Now, I mean, we're not talking about like those weddings they gave away at Walmart years ago. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, Walmart's fine and dandy, and you can wear your mask, go get married. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a whole wedding package. And those details will be coming up in the month of February during our month. Oh, love. And if you'd like to be part of it, just stay tuned here, share this and be a part of it. And our next guest is Barry Lee White, and what a story he has. We love inspirational stories. And Barry, how are you, dear?
Oh, I'm fine, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing fabulously well, fabulously well. It is a big day in Middle Tennessee because we have snow apparently coming in later Friday, and apparently it's going to stick this time. Usually it's just a glancing blow. Now, where are you, Barry? Where are you located right now?
I'm in Spokane Valley, Washington, and we're used to the snow.
I bet you are.
It was my gift to you for the snow this week for you. That was my gift for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Barry has one of the most inspirational stories. It's a tough story to go through, but tell me a little bit. So, and familiarize people. Now, you were in Nashville, and you were here as a writer, and you had big plans and big dreams.
Yes. we moved to Nashville in '96, and I was a writer for Curb for 4 years, and we were there for 8 years total, and decided that we had some grandparents that were ailing a little bit, and moved home back here to Washington State, and we had some great success. I had a couple charting records from a record we put out in '02 and '03, and we continued to tour and do our thing, and all the way up until 2013 when I got a brain injury, and I never, I couldn't speak for that first year. I couldn't play guitar. It was so frustrating. I just wanted to give up life, and I've had some people in my life that I've seen them experience this deep depression and everything that goes with a brain injury. And I could relate, but I kept praying and I kept praying and I kept working and trying. Neurologist, I couldn't get in for the first neurologist was like a year and a half by the time everything, insurance and everything was, then they finally pinpointed, there's some trouble up there. Do you think? And, everybody in my life knew it. It was embarrassing to me. When I could start speaking little sentences again, I was afraid to, because of stutter and stuff. And anyway, I just kept praying and plugging along, and I kept picking up my guitar and I put it down, and I was going to give up on that. And then the Lord, he started giving me these little pieces of songs and little things, and I don't even remember where a lot of them came from. I would write them down and they would disappear, and I'd find them months later, and was able to write again. And my guitar playing, I'm still lagging a little bit. Left hand, right hand, left hand. Yeah, it struggles a little bit, but I kept pecking at it, and I got into a great brain therapist, and we've been doing really good, Devin. We did, and through all this, we've had a couple chart records in Christian country, and it was just amazing because we didn't even have a promoter. They just moved, and people loved the songs, and the Lord has given me another shot.
Shots rang out again today. Another time zone, another state. In disbelief I cried as I cried out to God for all of those right there just trying to get away. Close to home, way too close to home. A piece of peace got taken away from a place once safe to go. Close to home, way too close to home. This has gone way too far. Close to home. Sadly, this takes me back to the day where and when our world was forever changed. As those twin towers tumbled to the ground, prayers around the world were heard for those we lost that day. Close to home, way too close to home. A piece of peace got taken away from a place once safe to go. Close to home, way too close to home. This has gone way too far. Close to home. this abuse, regardless of religion or race. Lord knows it starts right here between you and me. It's time we stop this hate. Close to home, way too close to home. So much peace got taken away from places once safe to go. Close to home, way too close to home. This has gone way too far. Close to home. This has gone far enough. Close to home. Shots rang out again today. Another time zone, another state.
What your songs do, Barry, they do deliver a message. And one of the most important things that your story will do is reach into the hearts of those people who might be watching. And I want to encourage you, if you are watching this broadcast and you know someone or someone who loves someone that's had a traumatic brain injury, a stroke, they're working their way back. Barry's story will uplift you. It will encourage you because Barry, remember, people forget you could not speak. Now, this is someone who's walking along and you're healthy, but do you want to share how the accident happened?
I've never really fully exposed it, but I think it's a good time, and I trust you, Devin, and I trust, I've always been just the biggest admirer of what you do and your passion as a writer. Mm-hmm. And you don't do it for yourself either. You've done great things. And
thank you.
I've looked around and I've been watching the news. I watched again this morning, and here is a guy that went out to see what the police were doing. They tased and they shot him this morning. That's what I did. There was a prowler, I guess, in our neighborhood in a white t-shirt. Dogs were going crazy, and I heard something. My wife, everybody heard, something's going on. So here I go, bebopping out. What do I got on? I got a white shirt on, and that's what they're looking for, is somebody in a white shirt. So here I am. Get your hands up. What? And my wife was here. My daughter was here saying, hello, this is my dad. What's going on? And they wouldn't disclose anything. They just came after me and took me down and beat me out unconscious twice. I still, when I see things on the news, like this morning, it rattles me to the core because I didn't even get a chance to say anything. And I've never shared that publicly, but I think it's time because it happens to everybody. There's so much going on with all the racial stuff and everything right now. And it's just, the police thing it's really gotten out of hand. And I'm a prime example of that. I've forgiven, I've come a long ways, and I'm thankful to be still here doing what the Lord wants me to do. Sometimes we need reminders, and that was the reminder, Devin, that, and through it all, I didn't even know myself for the last couple of years. I'm getting back to know me again, and I'm thankful that I found my little heart and soul again, and I'm able to do what I love to do. Yeah, I'm a little slower, that I'm able to write and record and sing, and I'm just blessed, Evan. You know how hard this business is. You know everything that goes with it. Yeah, just keep plugging along, plugging along.
Barry, thank you for telling us your story. Today is a very special show because we've heard from Paola and she shared her heart.
Yeah.
And we're hearing from you, Barry, sharing your heart. But this is something that's important. And you did it without malice. You did it without, you're saying, look, there's some things that we need to look at. And what's important too with our men and women in blue, there are the vast majority are just heroes, and they work every day, and they walk in where angels fear to tread, and God bless them every day. But there are mistakes that get made, and a mistake, if I make a mistake, or a video doesn't play, nothing happens. But a brain surgeon makes a mistake, or a policeman or a fireman or a first responder makes a mistake and somebody dies or someone's permanently injured. So we have to remember the gravity of those jobs, and how important it is to be super hyper vigilant with what we do. Thank you for letting us know that it's not just a racial issue. It's a human issue.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, I have some great friends on the police force all over. Even in Nashville, I've got some great friends that I've met over the years. Great people. It's just like you said, it's a mistake. Somebody made a mistake, and I just happened to be there with no pants on out in my front yard. What are you doing?
Barry Lee White, tell people how they can find your music and how they can get to know you better.
Pretty simple. I have a little website, barryleewhite.com, and also Facebook, Barry Lee White. It's available everywhere, Spotify, every platform. All my songs have been released, and they're everywhere. And I'm just blessed because I don't really push it that hard. And you get a little sale from other countries, Netherlands, and different things, and it's just very humbling. But I want to thank everybody for listening to me, because it's, my songs, I take a long time, just like you, Devin. You take a long time to create a great song. They don't just happen. But I enjoy what I do, and I know that it touches people and it makes somebody's day somewhere. That's my goal. So thanks for listening, Devin. Thank you for being a major inspiration. I've watched you for years and listened to you for years, and you're one of a kind, and I'm really truly blessed to have you in my life. And we have a lot more things to do, and I cherish you, and because I know that you as a person, you're just incredible. All the songs, everything, all your books, everything, set that aside, it's you, Devin. And that's what makes us folks that really believe in the Lord and believe in making a difference. We shine a little bit. Maybe not always, but I try, and I know you do too. And I thank you for your time today, Devin.
Thank you, Barry. Well, those are such sweet, kind words. Well, right back at you. You know what? We shine as a reflection of each other, and that's the deal with being humans. Being humans on this planet, if I shine, it's because you're shining to me, and you shine to someone else, and everything, and it all spreads out, and that's what makes our world a better place. It's not about our division; it's about our unity. It's called humanity. And that is what we are. We all join together, and that's how we're going to heal the planet. That's how we're going to heal the planet. And thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you. You have a good day, okay?
You too. Bless you.
Bless you back. Because we have 12 newspapers in Middle Tennessee. We have Main Street, Nashville, and it covers that community. And then we go to the Wilson Post and the Dixon Post and the Portland Sun and the Hendersonville Standard and the Gallatin News. And of course, if you go west, you've got Dixon Post and the Cheatham County Exchange, and then Robertson County Connection. And you go up to Fort Campbell, and we've got the Fort Campbell Courier, and we have Main Street, Clarksville. And we have, of course, the Gallatin News. That's very important to what we do every day. That's where our home office is there in Gallatin. But we are a community newspaper, and we want to tell the stories of your community. You can subscribe and get an actual newspaper. We have connections with the Titan Insider to tell you all the news that is the news about the Titans. We have Main Street Preps that talks about high school sports all over Middle Tennessee, and we cover very well. There are podcasts for everything we do. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can find those there. But most importantly, we just want you to know that the community where you are in Middle Tennessee is important to us. It's not about the national news. It's about the good news and the things that our communities are doing. And speaking of communities, I signed up today to get on a waiting list to get my vaccination for COVID-19. I am not in one of the groups, albeit I might be high risk because of some health issues that are underlying. I'm not in one of the main list, but I went to, and here's what you do. You can go to your county health department's website, and there literally is a sign-up sheet, and you put your name on the list, and they tell you how many vaccinations are available, and then they'll email you with a time where you can go get your shot. So letting you know. And do we know about the vaccinations or what? No, but we don't have guarantees of anything. But I do know that there are people working to find relief for this situation that we've been in 2020. So I just want to encourage you to step out there and do what God puts on your heart to do. And he put on my heart, put your name on the list. So there you go. I was laughing today as I closed. I tried to wear a scarf because I really love this color. And I figured out, because I saw Marcia Campbell in one of our last episodes, she put on a scarf and she made it look good. It was Marty Stewart's scarf. He gave it to her. Marty can wear a scarf so well. Chris Golden is like the pro at wearing scarves. I need to call him because I always look like I'm wearing a towel that I just took off my head when I washed it. So scarves maybe not be my thing, but I did like this color. I want you guys to have a great day. Today's episode is brought to you by my friend Harvey Durham. Health insurance is a really scary thing. And if you've had something that's happened to you and you've had to depend on doctors ever in your life, you know that health insurance can save you. More people go bankrupt because of medical bills than any other reason. Any other reason. So if you want to take care of yourself, get the right health insurance that will actually cover you. Now, do you know if your current health insurance will actually cover you if you have something traumatic that happens? Well, there's a place that you can go to ask questions. It's my friend Harvey Durham. Harvey Durham is the #1 selling health insurance agent in the country, and he works in 40 states, so anybody can get in touch with him. HarveyDurham.com. And he's a broker for several different ones, and he'll look for the right plan for you. Now, he will straight up tell you, hey, look, you're better to stay where you are. He can go into your computer with you. He gives you a link, and he will screen share his computer with you and say, okay, here's your plan. Here's something else that I found that might give you better coverage for less money. Now, if he can't do it for less money or he can't give you better coverage, he won't sign you. So there's no risk to giving him a call or getting in touch with him. HarveyDurham.com. God bless you. Just remember, stay safe, be kind, and know you're loved. Have a great day.